Once you have thoroughly examined and analyzed these deletes' motive of attack, it's a lot easier to avoid their deceptive and cynical machinations. Their first objective is to get you sick, and then they'll also come to them to receive the medicine. Medicine is a sin to the metal. Basically, it goes against nature. The Greek word for pharmacy is pharmakia, which means sorcery and witchcraft. Most individuals have been brainwashed into obesity, into consuming foods that aren't good for them at all, that are very detrimental to their ascension process. Genetically modified organisms have adverse effects on your genetic sequence. They purposely use things to compromise your pineal gland because it's your brain's antenna and direct extension to the cosmos. The pineal gland is how you gain entry to the Akashic Records, which is the scholastic library of infinite data. Anytime I ever was in a doctor's office and I made mention of certain herbs, they always tried to downplay it. They truthfully don't want you utilizing certain herbs. These doctors and medical practitioners actually get paid to actually direct you in the direction of Big Pharma. They get paid more if you utilize things like Tylenol, Advil, Excedrin, etc. Anything over the counter or anything that they prescribed you, all right, they have the ability of actually getting paid additional money for. All right, so their objective is they're never going to motivate you to get any herbs or anything that's really going to cure you. Their objective is to keep you coming back. Basically, they just cure you enough to basically get you to keep coming back. So every pill that you're taking is going to have additional side effects, and it's going to cause more ailments and more ailments. And pretty much that's how it is. And the food is also compromised. All right, with carcinogens. Cancer is a man-made ailment. All right, it's nothing that's natural about cancer. This is due to artificial chemicals and things of that nature that people place in their skin as well as consume. Most disease is basically parasitic in nature, all right? And pretty much protozoa is the disease that has the ability of multiplying in the body. I explained that helminths is the worms, basically the macro parasites that you have the ability of physically seeing. And then you have ectoparasites, which are your exterior parasites, basically your lice, ticks, and fleas, all right? But there's 3 types of parasitic organisms, all right? But typically, most disease is parasitic in nature. All right, so I highly recommend everyone utilizing a parasite cleanse to cleanse themselves of all parasites and also detoxing the body. The fog that was recently released that everyone was seeing, basically they were indicating that it was making them sick. All right, and it was later discovered that it was Serratia marcescens in the fog. There's also nanotechnology, glyphosate, so many different neurodegeneratives in that fog and the different things that these deletes are pumping out. Their objective wholeheartedly is to induce another pandemic. The polar vortex that the planet is currently going through is induced by HAARP, all right, which is the High Frequency Active Aurora Research Program, all right, and a research project. And we're pretty much a huge project to them. They're freezing the planet. And certain states that never receive snow, they're receiving snow, all right. This is all draconian induced, and their objective is to wholeheartedly is to freeze the planet. Most natural disasters and cataclysmic events that we undergo pretty much is the earth trying to heal and restore itself from man's deceptive machinations. Everything that these deletes are doing currently is to basically try to avoid what's coming to them, the calamity and the judgment that's coming to them for everything that they have done to us. All right, I made mention that the 3 theories are emerging. All right, and this is the divine feminine energy. All right, the energy of Sekhmet. All right, and they will be coming to restore the balance, the scales between chaos and order. This is a fact. All right, you guys will be seeing more black extraterrestrials, more extraterrestrial surfacing. You will realize and see why they've been silencing this whole extraterrestrial thing. When you see these beings coming off the ship, 9 ether with afros, with locks, with waves and braids and things of that nature, you're going to be, a lot of people are going to be surprised, but I don't know why, because I've been making you aware that these beings exist and they are returning. Your objective right now should be ascension to Christ consciousness. You should be wholeheartedly cleansing yourself, utilizing things like oil of oregano, utilizing things like haritaki to decalcify and activate the pineal gland, things like lion's mane mushroom, as well as ginkgo biloba. Your objective wholeheartedly should be to basically remove or break the fourth wall. All right, if you haven't dabbled in certain plant medicines or utilize things like ayahuasca or magic mushrooms or anything that's going to really allow you to fully shed off what the illusion perpetuated, all right, and to fully see who you are. This is what I recommend right now. This is the time to level up. Now, a lot of the gods and goddesses that actually incorporated my regimen, that actually started cleansing their body, that started eating healthier, that started drinking more alkaline water, that started utilizing eating things like pumpkin seeds to eradicate the parasites in the bat microbiome and eradicate the bat microbiome. And individuals that actually tap into different binaural beats and frequencies, been noticing they've been astral projecting more. Individuals that experimented with the imagination meditation that I made mention of, all right, and how to activate and create activity in the prefrontal cortex of the brain, because a lot of the gods and goddesses are meeting up in the astral plane, all right, and a lot of us are receiving our abilities in the fourth dimension, these higher dimensional realms. This is the time now that we activate.